Hey guys, welcome to Say Bonjour. I'm Kate Byars, your French teacher. Today we're on Module 11, where we're going to do the past tense, or le passé composé. Now, up until now, we've done a bunch of tenses. You know how to say all kinds of things. If you don't, review the modules, watch the videos over and over again until you really understand and you've really got it in your noggin. Today we're doing the passé composé. All right, so the thing that you need to know for the passé composé is the verb avoir, to have, and être, to be. Now, we've already done those verbs. Hopefully you already memorized them as your homework a couple of modules ago. And if not, go on back and review. These are the two things that you really need for this module. Now, the passé composé is how you say that you did something in the past. So to do the passé composé, we have to use a helping verb. And that helping verb is either going to be the verb avoir or the verb être. Now, different verbs take a different helping verb. So I'm sorry, I know it's painful, but you'll just have to memorize which verb takes which helping verb. But after a while, a couple months from now, a couple modules from now, this will kind of be like reflexive, and you'll just kind of have it in your reflexes. All right, so let's do the first verb, être. So when we conjugate être in the past, now remember, être means to be. So if we're conjugating être in the past, it would be like, instead of saying I am, you would say I was, okay? So we're putting to be in the past. So to conjugate être in the past, you use avoir, just conjugate avoir, just like as per usual, as you've just been doing up until this point, okay? So it would look like j'ai, tu as, il, elle, on a, nous avons, vous avez, ils, elles, ont, okay? Conjugate avoir, and then you're going to put something called the past participle right after the conjugation, okay? Every verb has a past participle. So the past participle for être is été. All right, so let's put été after the verb avoir. J'ai été, tu as été, il, elle, on a été, nous avons été, vous avez été, ils, elles ont été. Do you see how that works? And those just mean I was, you were, he, she, it was, we were, y'all were, they were. Get it? Let's do another verb and see if you can kind of see the same pattern. All right, so we're going to do the verb faire, okay? So first things first, we conjugate avoir. Boom, there's our conjugation. And then we put the past participle for faire, which is fait, after the conjugation of avoir. J'ai fait, tu as fait, ils, elles, on a fait, nous avons fait, vous avez fait, ils, elles ont fait. You get it? I did, you did, he, she, one did, we did, y'all or you formal did, they did. So now that you're kind of tracking, let's complicate your life a little bit. All right, so we did that with avoir, right? Certain verbs take avoir as their helping verb. Okay, we did être, we said that people were, and then we did faire, so we were saying that people did or they made, okay? But guess what? Yes, some verbs don't use avoir, they use être. Okay, so the verb aller, to go, uses être. Okay, so let's do our same little formula. Conjugate être. Je suis, tu es, il, elle, on est, nous sommes, vous êtes, ils, elles sont. Okay, same story. We conjugate être and then we put our past participle right after it. So the past participle for aller is aller. All right, so let's tack that on the back and then we can conjugate aller in the passé composé. Je suis allé, tu es allé, il, elle, on est allé, nous sommes allés, vous êtes allés, ils, elles sont allés. Okay, and that just means I went, you went, he, she, one went, we went, y'all went, they went. There's one more thing to know about conjugating aller, and that is that the past participle has to agree with the subject. Now, I know that sounds complicated, but for any verb that is conjugated with the helping verb être, the past participle has to agree.
So for je suis, you would add an additional E for a feminine subject. So if je is a girl or a woman, you would add an additional E. Add an additional E for each subject pronoun on the left-hand side. Tu es allé, il, elle, on est allé. For the right-hand side, you can do the same thing. If you have feminine subjects, then add another E. But you'll need to take note that there's always an S on the right-hand side subjects. Nous, vous, il, and elle are always plural, so they will always have an S.
Get it? All right, so here's your job. If you have downloaded the workbook from lulu.com or printed the free version off of our site, I want you to fill in all the boxes, okay?
At the end of this video, I'm going to put up a screenshot of the finished chart. So I'd encourage you to go ahead and fill it in on your own and see if you can do it, and then check yourself with the chart at the end of the video. Let's go over which verbs take which helping verbs to get you started, so that you know which helping verb to use in your conjugation.
Être takes the helping verb avoir. Aller takes the helping verb être. Venir takes the helping verb être. Faire takes avoir. Avoir takes avoir. Manger takes avoir. Finir takes avoir. And attendre takes avoir. All right, now here's a note on past participles. So yeah, you have to memorize all the past participles. I'm sorry, can't help you with that one except to give you a Quizlet to help you memorize. But there is a little bit of a trick with regular verbs. ER verbs, RE verbs, IR verbs. Remember those verbs? The regular verbs that we did in a previous module? Well, those have a pattern for forming the past participle. Okay, so let's go over that pattern. It will help you a little bit. All right, so for ER verbs, you just take off the ER and you tack on I accent aigu. For IR verbs, take off the IR and put on I. For RE verbs, take off the RE and put on U. Okay, so the past participle for manger would be manger. Past participle for finir would be fini. And the past participle for attendre would be attendu. Pretty easy, right? Okay, so for your homework, I want you to fill in this chart and memorize your past participles and review avoir and être.
Okay, so try to pause the video and fill in the rest of the chart by yourself. The past participles for each of the verbs will be in your student workbook. After you have filled in the chart, unpause and there'll be a finished chart that you can check your work against right after.
All right, let's go on to Module 11, new words. L'appareil photo numérique, le caméscope, le casque, faire de l'aérobic, faire de l'athlétisme, faire du jogging, faire du patin à glace, faire de la photo, faire du skate, faire du ski. And as per usual, I promised you we would review all of the grammar, and that is what we will do. So today, we're going to review which what. All right, do you remember that the words for, there's only one word for which what in French, and it sounds the same, but it's got 4 different spellings. The way that you say it is quel, and the 4 forms are quel, and quel. That's right, they all sound the same. Okay, but you've got a masculine singular, masculine plural, feminine singular, feminine plural. All right, and that's it for Module 11. Practice your words, review your stuff, memorize, and I will see you in Module 12.